Hey, what's up everyone? TYL12D2. I'm doing a review on the Lite Xtr tire. It's my first video in almost 3 years. So the camera's a little jumpy or whatever. Give me a pass on that. But all right, let's get into the review. So here's the tire. The reason I don't have it on my foiler, this is my dad's foiler here. My foiler's in the shop. Just wanted it. It's never been in the shop before. I do all the work myself, so I'm having it looked over. Anyway, so to the tire, what I'm sure most of you guys are here for. The reason I have it, my foiler has 10-inch rims, so this they only make this in a 12. So that's why it's not on the foiler. I only put it on where I'm going mudding or in the winter. Now this tire is literally the best tire I've had. The reason being is one thing this thing has done that no other tire I've had. I mean, on the foiler, like my dad, he has the Lite 2s, and then my foiler has the original Lites. Now I've also had the Lite XLs. So basically I'm pretty much had all their tires other than the Sport Lites and the Lite Double XL. But this tread, as you can see, is different than their normal tread that's on the Lite 2, Lite Sports, Lite XL, Lite Double XL. They all have the same tread pattern. This tread pattern is different. As you can see, this is the main tread, and then it also has these little things here, and then the sides have these grips, and they are a radial tire. For example, this one is a 20, sorry, I'm messing up with the camera, 25 by 10 by 12. But this is considered an extreme terrain radial tire, XTR. And then I believe the XTR actually does stand for extreme terrain radial. This is 6-ply. PSI, what is it? 18 PSI it calls for. I think I keep around 10 PSI in it. But this tire is phenomenal. I have a video that I'm going to post in here of, it's not a long video, just to show you what this does. Now in this video, I'll explain a little bit. What I didn't say was the mud puddle that you're about to see is was filled to the brim with mud. It was level ground, and it wasn't water, it was muck. And these tires literally ate away all the muck until it made it down to clay, and then just climbed right out of there. It was amazing. Like, I don't have a video of me doing it, but I do have the aftermath, so here it is. Well, just tested the new tires out. Me and Riley are back at Monis's, Carol's, by the bike trail. Can't even tell I have grips. Just made it through that. Didn't use the winch. Obviously, my foiler's two-wheel drive. It literally just ate the muck all the way to the clay, and then gripped and went. Obviously, I had to wiggle it, but like, it doesn't even do it justice how deep this is. All right, so that was the video. As you can see, I mean, you can basically see in the video how it just ate all the muck away until it got down to clay, and it literally just dug its way right out of there. These have an inch and an eighth lug on it. I mean, it's just massive. Now, I believe the double XLs, if I'm not mistaken, the XLs have an inch and an eighth, but with that pattern. And then the double XL, I believe, is an inch and 3/4 or an inch and a half. I believe. It could even be 2 inches. But it's the same tread, and the tread's amazing. I mean, that tread pattern's what got them so popular. Actually, it's similar to that tread pattern because those are the Lite 2s. I believe my foiler has all 4 Lites. I believe they don't have this little thing there. I could be wrong. But yeah, and another thing you can notice about this tire is it almost flattens off. if that makes sense. Rather than a round look like all their other tires, it like flattens off on the top. I'm not sure if you can see what I'm talking about or not. But it definitely flattens off. Now, with this being said, there's always downsides with everything, but this wouldn't be, this is why I do a lot of road riding, but that's why I have other tires on. Now this tire you wouldn't want to use if you're going to be doing a lot of road riding. The downside where I'm getting at is it's hard to control on pavement. When you're in anything but pavement, like grass, anything else, it's fine. But when you're on hard pavement, blacktop, cement, anything, it is a rough ride. And that's just because it is super aggressive. I mean, that's actually, they have that in their title. It is a super aggressive tire. So like, especially when you turn, it just wants to dig. So it's hard to turn. I mean, you can see I hardly ride with this, but you can see from when I have to, because where I go riding, I have to go on blacktop to get to the trails and even going out my driveway. And I've only used these tires not that many times. They're a year old. I've used them all winter, and then I used them 3 different times riding. But you can see what it does. But I mean, these still have the little, what do you want to call them? The nipples on them for when they're new. Yeah, the rim I have it on is an ITP. It's an ITP rim. Like I said, I had to get a 12-inch rim for it because my foiler stock is 10-inch rim. I don't have the a lot of people like doing that fancy stuff. Me, I'm not here to impress the woods on my fancy rims. As long as it works, that works for me. And then say, for an example, you do put these on, for example, like my Honda Rancher, I had to get the holes bigger there. So I had to get this to fill the gap for where the axle is. So you will need to get another one of these, and then it will sit in here in the back here. It's just a cover. You don't technically need it, but I mean, there's a reason all OEMs keep a cap there to protect. I mean, for example, on my dad's, his has a little plastic cap. Mine's rubber that sticks out. But yeah, so on a scale 1 to 10, what I would rate these, I'd probably go ahead and do a solid 9. And literally the only reason it's even a 9 is because of how rough the ride is, on blacktop. But I mean, I really, if it wasn't for that, it'd be a 10. But really, I can't even, take that with what you will, because an extreme tire isn't meant for pavement. I mean, it's not to the point to where you can't control it. You can definitely control it. It's just not a smooth ride. As soon as you're off pavement or cement or whatever, concrete, you're fine. Notice no difference. It's a beautiful ride. And these things literally could climb a freaking mountain. These are one of the best tires I've had. All right. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be doing more videos soon. If you want to see any other how-tos, reviews, just let me know. Thank you guys. Have a good one.